Alright, we're gonna start with the gull wing. Wow. Here's my bike over there. And this is the gull wing. What a comfort, what a feeling, and what a handling. You can steer very fast. The windshield, let's put it up. Okay, and now the wind is going right over my helmet. Yes, indeed. At low speed, there is no problem getting the windshield down for a bit. Great. As big as this bike is, as easy you can handle it. You cannot lean too much, honestly. Otherwise you're gonna reach to the ground with the pedals. What a comfort. First time when you ride on this bike, you get a little bit overwhelmed by its power, by its size. And somehow you are not used, because this you cannot compare with too many bikes in terms of comfort, in terms of power, in terms of experience, because riding this bike, it's an experience after all. And there are not so many bikes to compare with. The gearbox shifts just unbelievable. the sound, it's oh. Yeah, so manual mode, I recommend manual mode if you would like to have more riding experience, a better riding experience. The gears are shifted seamless, instant power, anytime, anywhere. But the handling, the steering is done very easy, very fast. So you have to consider when you're steering that it's very fast. I mean, it's very sharp. The steering is very sharp. This is the word. Although we have a lot of power, although we have a lot of torque, it's not so intimidating. I mean, you can ride this bike very easy at any speed, at any rev. And you don't feel so intimidated about the bike. I think even a beginner rider can ride this bike. The steering is done very sharp, as I mentioned before. Visibility is incredible. Comfort, it's like you're sitting on a sofa. But in the same time, you have to consider the safety, because you might feel too comfortable on this bike. You might feel too comfortable, and it's a little bit dangerous. Wow. You're actually feeling like on a sport bike. When you accelerate, you feel everything. You feel the bike. You are very connected with the bike, which is quite strange when we're speaking about this type of bike. You feel connected with the road, but you have the feeling is that you are floating on the road. Not like you're riding, but you are floating. This is the actual feeling. It's like you're on the airplane, but you're on the streets. I think you got the idea. You're like on a private jet, but actually you're riding like a normal guy on the streets. The sound, it's so profound, but it's not annoying. The sound of the exhaust. You have music, you have a lot of electronics. You need to carefully steer, because it's very, very sharp, the steering. And you could steer too fast. Let's check out these bumps, how it takes over. Wow. You don't feel them. You have this power, but in the same time the bike is gentle. I don't know how to put it. And when you take the turn, after you're taking the turn, the bike settles down from the acceleration. I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to say it. Let's check this one. After you're making the steering and you accelerate, the bike goes like it's on a rail track. I wasn't expected that the bike settles down and you feel so much the bike. You feel in control of the bike pretty much, and you feel connected with the road. And I'm really grateful that I'm able to ride this bike in a real environment, in the real life, not on the racetrack, because you can see how much it takes the potholes, the uneven road. Let's make a test. We are in a 6th gear, 1500 RPMs, and you accelerate. You still have torque, but not so much. Starting from I think the 4th gear, it still has plenty of torque. On the 5th gear, it starts losing, but we're speaking about 1000, 2000 RPMs. Starting from 2000, it's incredible. The gear shifting, perfect. The DCT gearbox at this model works perfectly. The braking, wow. Let's. Wow, the braking is just impressive. Think about the weight of its bike, over 350 kilos, and it stops in just a second. Wow, unbelievable, man. So in terms of safety, honestly, I don't think you can get more. We have the airbag on the top, accessorized gull wing, but imagine in terms of safety, I think this is maximum you can get. The braking power, it's incredible. I haven't seen such good brakes. I'm still thinking if maybe on a racing bike you have better brakes, but imagine the weight of the bike, imagine the braking power, and all of this put it together. Let's listen to the sound. Wow, it's an experience. I can highly recommend you to try this bike if you have the chance. Try it because it's a completely riding experience. A lot of electronics, a lot of technology on the Honda Gullwing, but still, with all these electronics, with all these technologies, you have the feeling that still it's a simple bike, or it offers a simple feeling, an emotion. It still transmits an emotion, because let's face it, today all the bikes, they have so much electronics. The technology has evolved in a way that it doesn't offer to the rider so much experience, so much pleasure. You somehow the riding pleasure, the riding experience has decreased in the latest years. But still, the Honda Gullwing offers an authentic riding experience. Riding this motorcycle, you could ride actually this motorcycle for so many hours. I think you can ride the whole day. You can ride the whole day this bike and feel no fatigue. Everything is perfect, from the ergonomics, the sitting position, the wind protection, the handlebar position, the commands. Everything on this bike seems to fit to its place. I mean, there is we made even a small jump. Gear shifting has a small delay depending in where rev on it, in which gear you are. Is not sometimes it is instant. For example, now third, fourth, fifth. But sometimes, you know, depending on the revs, depending on the gear you are. See, it could have a millisecond delay. Wow, check it out. What an experience. What a feeling. You feel the wind when you pass a certain speed. You feel the wind only on the sides. It's like you're in a tunnel, and this bike is the actual tunnel. How to explain it better? But what a comfort. No matter the road, no matter the surface. I even saw some videos. I think you already know the videos with the guy with the Honda Goldwing, which he does very difficult off-road sections. I think this bike can do. I have the feeling that this bike can do anything. I'm trying to find some cons for this bike. I'm struggling to find some cons. The biggest cons, it's of course the biggest problem of this bike. It's its price. Otherwise, I'm still searching for bugs. I'm still searching for things to put in balance with the exceptional riding experience. And it's nice that I have the chance to ride it on normal roads. I have the chance to encounter real traffic situations in this test ride. I think it's very important. Because not everybody is riding this bike on a perfect road. Not everybody is riding. You're not gonna ride this bike on a racetrack. So it's important to see how the bike behaves on a normal road, like this country road. To see how it's handling at low speeds, how maneuverable this bike is. And the engine, man, the sound of the engine, there are no vibrations whatsoever, nothing. You don't feel nothing in terms of vibrations. It's like a jet. You know, this is the feeling, like a power jet. I would like to see how this bike handles in the real life scenarios. For example, here we cannot push it. So I'm interested to see how the acceleration, how brutal is it, especially at the first gear. Let's see where we can turn. The reality is that you need space for turning. I mean, you cannot turn anywhere, wherever you like. For example, here you can do it, but you need to struggle a bit, and you need to use the reverse gear. Now, a real life scenario. I need to turn here, and how do I do this? Okay, it has a pretty decent steering angle. Okay, you can do it, but you need space. We can see on the bottom left that we have pretty of infos to take a look at. The range, number of kilometers per hour, the average speed, a lot of information you will find on the dash, which is pretty normal. I'm not speaking about the menu, because the menu it's overwhelming. I will just like to focus on the riding experience. This is the purpose of today's test ride. I like that the windshield, even though you're putting it on the highest position, it still offers visibility, very good visibility, because during the rides it could get dirty, a lot of insects on it, mud, rain, and you don't get you still have very good visibility. Wow, check out the horn. Let's see. It's like on a I like. Yeah, the horn, it's very nice. I love the manual mode, the gear shifting, because you can choose your own riding style. You can ride at your own style with this manual gear shifting. Of course, the sport mode, it has 3 sports mode, the drive mode, they are also good, but for a better experience, I recommend using the manual mode. You can enjoy much more. You can ride it in your own style. This bike gives you a lot of confidence. It's not intimidating, but gives you a lot of confidence. And the brakes are an important factor for this confidence, because you need to stop the bike. You need to stop the bike because it's a big bike. It's a very big bike, and you need to stop it, and you need to stop it very fast. So these brakes are a big part of this confidence. I've already tested it at the beginning of the video, but man, what brakes we have. The brakes in combination with the engine, the brakes in combination with the engine brake. So look, in seconds, you stop the bike in seconds. Sometimes you feel the need of a safety belt on this motorcycle. You honestly, this is the impression. If you've ridden before an adventure bike, a sport bike, any other type of bike, when you get on this bike, this is from another class, from another category, and if you're thinking for another riding experience, if you're thinking to have a premium jet, a premium airplane, but with 2 wheels, an airplane that you can ride it everywhere on the road and have a comfort of your sofa, then this is the bike. And of course, let's not forget about the budget. If you have the budget for this type of bike, then man, do it. Don't wait like me until the pension to think about buying this bike. Life is short and we don't know what's gonna happen. So if you have the money, if you want a premium experience, there's not so many options like this one. There are not so many bikes that will offer you this type of experience. There will be more riding sessions, there will be more test rides organized by AOOCCI. So if you have the chance, if you're living close to Bucharest, maybe you will have the chance to test at least once this amazing Honda Gullwing. Besides technology, besides electronics, besides the advanced functions, it's only about the emotion and the rider experience. This is at the end of the day, this is you're staying with this on your mind. Look, we can take this limiter with 60-70 kilometers per hour, no problems. As I said, the braking power is very strong, and you need to somehow position your body, especially your legs, very tight to the tank or very tight to the front part of the bike, because you need to position your legs very tight up to the tank. Because also the forces which you need to confront, they are not so they're very strong. We're not speaking about fuel consumption. This is another topic, and this is not a right test for a proper fuel consumption. I don't know what can you expect from this bike in terms of fuel consumption, but I don't think it's something scary. Let's face it, I'm riding the bike with the empty tank, and this matters as well, because yeah, it's less weight, but in when we're speaking about 350 kilos, the weight, it's relative. 7 gears for the Honda Goldwing. We are on the 7th, and 2000 RPMs at 100 kilometers per hour. Imagine you can have unlimited power at unlimited, not unlimited, but I can imagine this bike can easily reach more than 250 kilometers per hour. I was just wondering, because you see on the dash you have 200, how much, 210, the maximum speed on the dashboard, which is pretty awkward. So I need to check, ask some questions. How is it possible to have on the dashboard 210, the maximum kilometer displayed, maximum speed? Okay, in terms of range now it says nothing. We need to carefully drive back home. You can even filter for a bit in the traffic, but it's limited. Filtering is limited. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe if you would like to have more of this type of reviews.